Hello, this is a quick overview of a scholarly article written and researched by Carl Spracklin, entitled Gorgoroth's Gahl's Gay, Power, Gender, and the Communicative Discourse of the Black Metal Scene. Just a little bit about Gaahl and Gorgoroth before we get into the actual research. Gorgoroth is a Norwegian black metal band from Bergen, formed in 1992. Became popular for its orthodox sound, its commitment to live gigs, and its imagery and lyrics that were dedicated to Satanism. Gaahl was not an original member of the group. He joined as a lead singer in 1997, and he brought on an intensity and intellectual darkness that the group was missing. Through his career with Gorgoroth, he did go to jail for assault on two separate occasions, one of which they claim that he drank the blood of his victim. They were also they also became famous after they were banned for a show in 2007 in Krakow, Poland, where they had naked men and women hanging from crosses and such. And so that forced the Polish politicians to ban them from Poland. In 2007, Gaahl tried to get rid of the founding member of Gorgoroth, Infernus. That resulted in Infernus taking legal action against Gaahl and King of Hell, who was the bass guitarist, over intellectual rights to Gorgoroth, and he actually won that case in 2009. Gaahl and King of Hell continued playing under the name Godseed after that. However, while the legal battles were going on in 2008, rumors surfaced that Gaahl was homosexual. Gaahl did confirm these rumors to multiple metal magazines shortly thereafter. Here's the introduction to the research. This is based on hegemonic theory, and hegemony is leadership or dominance and their imposed cultural beliefs, values, and structure. It also discusses counter-hegemonic resistance, and that's when the people that are actually being ruled react against hegemony and try to overcome the imposed cultural beliefs and values. Just a short definition of black metal. Black metal is a form of extreme heavy metal music, images, content, and ideology magnified by the church burnings and murders of Norway's black metal history as a resistance to the social imposition of Christian beliefs. So that is considered a sort of counter-hegemonic resistance. Previous work on black metal has linked the discourse of identity to Habermasian framework of communicative and instrumental rationalities. But this particular paper will use new research gathered by analyzing publicly available comments on fan forums to explore discussions about gender and sexuality in black metal, and in particular, the decision made by Gaahl to announce his homosexuality. Methodology. The methodology used here basically analyzed instances of Gaahl's sexuality mentioned over a 12-month period on a black metal forum called blackmetal.co.uk. This paper doesn't claim to provide a definitive community response to Gaahl's sexuality. It just explores the responses made by passionate and serious black metal fans. They are not representative of all black metal fans, however. Short summary on the fan response on the forum. At first, Gaahl's sexuality was largely ignored. The first instance of Gaahl's sexuality was mentioned in September of 2008, and it was a mundane thread asking what black metal t-shirts the members of the forum were currently wearing. Responses range from supportive to homophobic throughout, with more leaning towards the homophobic on several different occasions and several different threads throughout the year period. The responses also exhibited tensions between the freedom of black metal and the rejection of convention and heterosexism that is also prevalent in the black metal scene. This is just an example of a few of the responses. I didn't really include all of them. Some of them were very vulgar, but these are just a few that you can read over. As you can see, a lot of them are homophobic. Some of them are supportive of Gaahl's decision. In conclusion, the research discovered that there's similar discourse between popular music and sports. Uh, One site of the social construct of hegemonic masculinity. By masculinity, it is taken to mean the processes and ideas that go towards the construction of male identity. There is a hegemonic masculine identity that is so ingrained in Western culture that it is taken as the norm, which is why it was so easy for black metal fans to be homophobic in these threads towards Gaahl's sexuality. The paper also shows how the hegemonic masculinity prevalent in Western culture is expressed in black metal, and that's through a rejection of homosexuality and an adherence to heteronormativity, even though such acts betray the freedom of the black metal scene. In one of the previous comments from one of the members of the forum, he mentioned that because black metal is anti-Christianity and being gay is anti-Christian, then wouldn't being gay be actually extremely black metal of someone? And to that extent, this is what they are trying to say here. So basically, the black metal scene is unwelcoming of gay men, even though you would think that they would be because of their rejection of convention. And lastly, Gaahl's decision to come out was a Habermasian communicative action. It was a decision that he made freely and intended with a powerful point, knowing the homophobic nature of black metal culture.